what's up guys, it's your boy Sabruski here and welcome to today's video, which is gonna be my second part of my goddamn rant, aka my TED Talk about Call of Duty Mobile. The last video, if you haven't checked it out, link in the description and in the pinned comment probably, go ahead and check it out, in which we talked about the problems Call of Duty Mobile is facing when it comes to issues with their game, their development, and the glitches, yada yada, etc. But as I mentioned in that video, this episode of this little rant or whatever you want to call it, we're going to be talking about what Call of Duty Mobile is doing wrong, why they're doing it wrong, and how come they're doing all this bullshit. So, as you guys know, Call of Duty Mobile is a really successful mobile game. It's so successful that it actually made more money than any other Call of Duty title ever to be released. And those titles are basically pay to play, which means you have to pay a handsome amount of usually $60 up on release for the game. And yes, Call of Duty Mobile is a free-to-play game and still managed to make more money with their shitty microtransaction, other stuff. But at the same time, is at its worst state it's ever been in the past 2 years, if you ask me. Call of Duty Mobile has been declining in quality, new content keeps coming while not fixing the older content that's been there for a minute, and BR is having the short end of the stick on that one. There's so many goddamn issues, I went over them in the past video like I mentioned, but now we're going to be looking at why Call of Duty is not doing anything or what they're doing at all. So, in order for a game to stay afloat, you basically need a community to play it, of course. And the thing is with our community in Call of Duty Mobile is there's lots of little children that are pretty dumb, because that's what children are, they're dumb. And the issue is if, like, let's for example, if we had a mature audience, they would realize what they're doing, that Call of Duty Mobile is not, sweating as hard as they should in order to give us a better, gaming experience. Like, mature audience would understand that and be like, hey, fuck this, leave, and just basically force them to play their hand. But in this case, we have a pretty young main community of this game that plays this shit. Which means they're small, impressionable children. And the thing with those children is, they don't have their own opinion. So, what does Call of Duty Mobile do to fix this issue? Instead of spending their time, money, and effort into fixing the game and giving us a better experience with less goddamn game freezes, glitches, better gunplay, decent hit registration, etc., they focus on throwing money at YouTube. And before I dive deeper down to that, I don't mean any disrespect or any harm towards any of the YouTubers I'm gonna be mentioning, because if I would be in their position with that type of audience and I would have a nice little sponsorship deal like that, I would not turn it down myself. Even though I'm pretty straight edge and basically pretty, what's the word for it? Pretty upfront when it comes to speaking my mind. If I would see the amount of cash they probably would get, I would also just go along with it. And like I mentioned, young audience, impressionable. So, that young audience, they're not gonna have their own opinion. So what are they gonna do? They're gonna be looking up towards the content creators, their favorite content creators. Let's take for example iFerg. iFerg used to speak up and speak out about the game's issues. What was it, like over a year ago? And it was the right thing to do, but I don't blame him for not doing so anymore, because as many of you guys have noticed, I talked to a couple other people I've played this game with or since the game basically launched, and they share the same opinion about this, is that Call of Duty basically is buying the content creators. So what they end up doing is they offer them a sponsorship, a partnership, and therefore they will have control over the videos, and basically those content creators cannot speak negatively about Call of Duty Mobile. That's why iFerg stopped talking about Call of Duty badly, and that's why his criticism towards them has stopped and is not as dramatic anymore as it used to be. And it's kind of sad, and I definitely don't blame content creators like iFerg and other channels that have partnered or have been sponsored by Call of Duty. Because it's not their fault, it's the fault of Call of Duty Mobile just being lazy and taking the easy way for some cash grabbing. Because if we had a mature audience, as I mentioned before, this would not be working. You would not be able to finesse us by just paying some content creators to just show all the rosy and pretty parts of the game and being like, oh guys, look, it's so cool, it's fine. Don't worry, yeah, it's all features, yada yada. Then we would have people with an actual voice that would be concerned about what's happening and being like, hey, bitch, this is not enjoyable. Because Call of Duty Mobile actually made in 2020 alone a total amount of 10 billion I'm talking about billion with a fucking B, like big booty bitches. That M, like fucking, what's it called? Minor incel league, I don't fucking know. I'm just going along with whatever's coming to my head right now. No, 10 goddamn billions with a goddamn fucking B, base boosted B even. So that means they actually have more than enough money to invest into their game in order to hire people to fix this bullshit. But they're not, because they don't need to. Because their main audience are goddamn fucking impressionable children that look up to these creators that are getting paid off. So this shit basically looks like a corrupt dictatorship. It's like basically Mother Russia all over again. Like, yes, we have democracy, which actually is a dictatorship that's really corrupt. But it has the title democracy, motherfucker. Or you could call it China Simulator 2.0. But this is the issue that has been bothering me quite a lot with this game. Because Call of Duty Mobile, as I mentioned, with a fucking total amount of $10 billion made in the fucking 2020, has more than enough resources to use them in order to fix all the issues we have. And here we are, still buying the goddamn lucky draws. In my defense, like the call points I spent on the game were basically through tournaments and other shit. I didn't use my fucking personal money for that stuff. So at least I still missed out on some money, but some tournaments you win, you get to play cards and shit like that. But still, I would have never invested this much money into the game personally if I didn't have those like basically tournaments. I just would never. And if I didn't have a YouTube channel at this point, I would not be playing the game, because in my opinion, Call of Duty Mobile has been really disrespectful towards the community by just showing no major interest into the real issues it has, like desync, importantly game freeze, and hit registration gunplay, especially in Battle Royale. Like I said, Battle Royale has the short stick there. They pulled the short stick and it's terrible. And one main example I want to bring up is that Battle Royale never had, for example, a $1 million dollar tournament like competed. Some of you guys are gonna be like, but hey, Sir Brewski, stop being such a whiny bitch. Have you not seen the 100k one? Like, yeah, they just invite a bunch of content creators as some fucking tax write-off and publicity stunt. Suck my balls. That's really unacceptable. I'm really disappointed in this game. And like I said in the video before, I'm hardly falling out of love with this game. And that's why I am so goddamn excited and hyped for Apex Mobile Legends. It's because Apex has a pretty reputable past when it comes to caring about the community on their console and PC platform. They have tournaments, and they just take their community way more too hard than this fucking goddamn game is right now or ever has. So, does that mean I'm gonna stop uploading CoD Mobile content? Not fully. Does that mean I'm gonna be jumping onto Apex the second it comes out? You better fucking believe it. Because right now we actually need just a goddamn Battle Royale shooter that is fast paced and not dog shit. Not a game that freezes every second you ADS with your sexy diamond encrusted shotguns like the BY ages so. We need a game that doesn't fucking make you want to grab your iPad and fold it in half like a fucking Samsung Zen Z flip phone every time you try shooting someone at 50 meters plus with an AK, because the hit registration sucks ass. And most importantly, we want a game that just has the core mechanics nailed down, because BR is lacking them so goddamn hard. And I've been playing this for 2 more years, and I remember when I started playing, I was like, this is actually fun. Fun fact, I downloaded this game as a pooping game. I was on the shitter, you know, letting a mean brown one rope down the toilet. And I was like, hey, you know what? Candy Crush gay. Let's do some good old CoD just released. And I kind of fell in love with the BR in the game. I was like, oh, okay, this is actually fun. It's unpolished, but who am I to judge? The game just came out. That was 2 years ago. Now, 2 years later from that statement, or that position, I'm just here sitting on my ass, 50k boyos over here, which I'm glad for every single one of you enjoying my content and my fucking stupidity, thinking to myself like, fuck, they have made it work. Like, I don't know, like, am I the only one that thinks this way? That it should be reasonable for something to improve, get better over time, fuck, maybe even innovate over time, instead of just going fucking full on reverse mode and pulling a good old U-turn, a whole ass 180, and just somehow making it worse. Because I've not felt this disappointed in CoD ever before. Even when they added the third person perspective glitch, like, that was obnoxious. I barely played. It was unenjoyable. But goddamn, I have never felt this disappointed and out of love with this goddamn game. So, this is basically what Call of Duty Mobile does with their money. $10 billion of a base boosted B and not a fucking minor M in 2020, but still they don't fucking spend any of that fucking or not enough of that into fixing their goddamn game and putting it into their community. Why? Because there's a bunch of old crooked fucks who own that company that don't give a shit. They just care about your pocket and your wallet. And the only way in order to fix this would be to hit them where it hurts them, which is their pocket and their wallet. But it's not gonna happen because, like I talked and ranted about just a bit ago, it's a flawed system that is mainly populated by small little squeakers that don't know how money works and spend their daddy's and mummy's credit card on the game and buy the new and next Jigsaw skin disregardless in the fucking lucky draw. With that said, that's been it for me for this video. Disappointed Call of Duty Mobile, hoping that they fix something, but also knowing that they won't while hoping so. But I'm gonna stay hyped for Apex. When you guys hear this, I'm not at home. I pre-recorded this bitch, so I still hope you managed to enjoy it. Please make sure you talk about it in the comment down below. Once I get times, I will go into the comments and read them through because I'm really curious about your opinion. And just type in a plus before you comment if you're above the age of 16, okay? Because I want to know what the opinion of somebody is that is actually somewhat a little bit more matured, that has more of a grasp of things. Because I'm 100% sure there's gonna be lots of little squeaks in the comments down below. Like, what you mean, bro? It's so cool. Have you seen the new Lucky Draw? It's so amazing. Oh my god, epic gambling style fucking Fortnite Elo mode. Like, fuck. No. I want to have a nice discussion down there, see your guys' opinion, and just see if it aligns with you guys as well, because I've talked to lots of people about this, and those people that have been playing with me for quite a long amount of time, even since the launch, some of them share the same point of view. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video somewhat or found it interesting in some way, shape, or form, please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future of my fucking content. And yeah, that's been it for today. I wish every single one of you beautiful bastards a nice day, and I'm gonna be over here sitting, hoping for Apex to drop. Until then, catch you next one. Peace.